I'm very live. Good. Don't feel too lively, but good. I'm live. Well, this will be my second last stream until I move, and that. But I did a stream on this is Friday on Wednesday, and I called dream channeling, and I thought, well, I'll do another one here, and that. It's sort of the people on YouTube will get a chance to watch it just like people on Facebook and that. And basically, the term dream channeling basically means just that, like you're communicating with spirit, and that this is going to sound a little weird for people that never heard of this before, and that, but basically what dream channeling basically is you're linking or communicating with spirit while you're asleep. Okay, when your conscious mind's turned off, kind of thing, and your subconscious mind is fully open, and that. So, basically, like when you're, especially for those who are very open to spirit, or they're, like psychics, empaths, mediums, sensitives, intuitives, whatever, and that when you're asleep and that your subconscious mind is wide open, therefore, and that it's an instant channel for spirit to communicate. Okay, again, and who can come through? It can be anybody, but traditionally it's family or friends that have passed on. Okay, those are the ones that you make a link with. Okay, now some people don't understand what dream channeling is. A lot of people actually think it's just you're dreaming, but your mind's running amok. So basically you got an overly active imagination kind of idea. But there's one thing about dreaming as opposed to dream channeling, basically, and that is when you're dreaming, when you wake up, most of it you've already forgotten, or you remember just bits and pieces. Okay, so whenever someone has said, "Oh, I had the nicest dream," I said, "What did you dream about?" And he goes, "Oh, I can't remember. All I know is it felt good." Hey, Marilyn, and or if they woke up and they had a really bad dream, and they said, "Well, what scared you?" And I said, "Oh, I can't remember. All I know is it scared me." See, a lot of stuff that we dream and that is from our subconscious mind, and that. But it's usually stuff that is really buried, and if it's bad memories, and that it can usually be blocked. So whenever you or you're not really working, you're just going with the flow, in a dream, and that, and so sometimes you remember some stuff, sometimes you don't. But when it comes to dream channeling, on the other hand, okay, that's actual communication. Okay, and with that, and that you're able to not only interact with people, but a lot of the stuff you remember. Okay, so what I would recommend for people to do that believe that you've spoken to loved ones, you've spoken to friends, whatever, when you're asleep. One thing I was going to suggest, okay, is keep a log, keep a diary, if you will, and that. Everything that you experienced, whether if you can remember where you were, people that you spoke with, and if you didn't recognize them, and that write down as best as you can a description of where you were, the people you're speaking with, what they're wearing. Try to get as much detail as you can about your experience. And that, of course, it could be a loved one, and if that's the case, then sometimes that can actually be a good thing, especially if a person that lost a loved one and they didn't get really any closure, and that, well, by dream channeling, you get some of that closure, and that, or if you're for help or advice, well, that loved one or that friend can actually give you some tips or some ideas when it comes to advice or help, whatever. So basically, now there's another way that you can. It sounds like I wonder if I could call it dream channeling, but it is channeling, and that's for people that um, do meditation. Okay, and some mediums, some psychics have actually what's happened was they've actually gone into a kind of a trance, and that during the meditation, I've heard that happening, and that opens them up to spirit as well. Okay, and whenever that's happened, people have recommended, okay, can you make a log or make some kind of record of the individuals that you had a link with? Okay, well, it's the same with dream channeling. Okay, that pointed this out to me on Wednesday. I thought this was very, very interesting. Okay, and that is, what if you're dreaming that you're at a location, okay, but you didn't recognize the location? You thought, I have no idea where this place was. I didn't know the people. Like, it's completely foreign to me. I didn't recognize anything. Okay, well, chances are that you're actually tapping into a memory, not from this life, but from a past life. Okay, that's happened as well. Okay, you're linking into a memory that is part of a past life, especially when you know when you dream that you've been to a place and you feel as though that you've been to that place before, but you don't know, deja vu, and that same idea. So basically, when you're asleep, you're linking with someone, you don't recognize the buildings, you don't recognize where you are, you don't recognize the people, okay, but you feel that you've been there before, but you don't know why. Okay, it could be that you're linking it with someone that that you had experiences with in a past life. That's because after all, see, memories of a past life can be stuck in your subconscious, but very deep. Okay, because it's an old memory. Okay, but with dream channeling, all that opens up. Okay, and sometimes stuff that is really buried will come forward. Okay, and when that happens, that's when you start experiencing the really strange stuff, these strange lands, strange people. You don't know who they are. You're communicating with them. They're telling you stuff which makes no sense. Okay, well, that's a good example of dream channeling as well as remembering a past life. Okay, but in this life, like I said, when it comes to the idea of talking to loved ones when you're asleep, dream channeling, and that it's always a good idea to make a log anyway of who you spoke with, where you were, and stuff like that. So when you wake up, and sure you remember a lot of it, but and that if you can research, you can find out, okay, this relative met me at this location. Okay, well, let's just check to see if I lived at that location. I already know that relative. Did that relative live at that location and I visited them? Whatever. So by making a record of your experience, researching to see if that actually happened, 9 times out of 10, it's a memory, but at the same time, it's communication. And that, so, like I said, for people that have had dreams where you're talking to someone and it's very clear, very vivid, you feel like you're actually there, and that especially, and a lot of times you'll actually remember what you dreamt about, so make a record of it. Okay, and then try and research that location if you can. Research the people, and while you're making a link with these people, and then try and get some information about the people. Not so much what they're wearing, get some names, and then the name of the location. Whatever information you can get from them, okay, you can research it, and if you can actually find validity to your experience, to me, that'd be absolutely amazing. And that, because, sure, to say that you made a link with a spirit, someone that you knew or someone that you're talking with that you didn't know. Sure, it's interesting for people that are listening. It's extremely interesting, but at the same time, it could also be unnerving for the person experiencing this, and that. But to actually add validity to it, to me, that proves that what you experienced dream channeling and that actually happened, that you actually communicate with that person from the past at that unknown location, okay? And how would you know about that unknown location? Okay, something happened in the past life. And if some of that can be verified, through the information you get from spirit, and also comparing your research to where you believe you were, even if it's on the other side of the world, like, I said, for example, okay, you live in North America, but in the past life you're over in the UK. Okay, well, if you can give names of people and names of towns and then research that, especially if it's something that happened to you in the past life, or if it's something that you experienced, let's say you're from the UK and passed away over in the UK and you never had any closure, dream channeling with that loved one, and if you know that person by name, if you know the area where they passed, that adds validity to a lot of stuff, right? So anyway, what I'll do is the stream that I did on Wednesday, I'll put in the description below, and so you can listen to that as well. And that, as I got a ton of stuff to do, got 1 week to go, and that. So if you like this stream, please contact me if you like. But if you like this stream, please like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It helps me out big time, and that, because I'm not doing this for publicity or for fame or fortune and that crap. I'm doing this and that to inform people so they can inform me. But this is something I have a real passion for, and that I love teaching and being taught. And I have some amazing friends that come in chat, whenever they can. And that, so anyway, my next stream will be on next Monday. What it's going to be, I have no idea. That's the best part. And my next stream on StreamYard will be next Wednesday. And that's so. Anyway, people, thank you very much for joining me. And I'll see you next week. God bless. And that. Love, light to everybody. And like I said, that if you have any questions about dream channeling, okay, you can find me here, or you can find me on Facebook, either the SWYPT team, and that, or Derek Green Psychic Medium, and that, or White Rose. Okay, links to those groups will be in the description below as well. Okay, so again, thanks so much, and love and light.